It's a lovely Tuesday morning as we welcome you to the paper review this morning on a Tuesday of 2023 16th. My name is Ige Olalekon, and for the airline today I have in the studio with me.
My name is Morir Idalawa. We wishing everyone a fruitful Tuesday and a blessed week ahead. As usual, it's on the newspaper's headlines review from BGI TV Currents. I'm having with me the Punch newspaper this morning. Welcome on board.
And I have with me the Sun newspaper.
The very first story on the Punch newspaper this morning: assault why Shehu Kuti was handcuffed, says by Force PRO.
And in the Sun newspaper this morning, I have UNN Unilag shines in center for World University ranking.
NDA debunks faith selection list.
Container crushes a Toyota Camry in Lagos.
Airfares hike, aviation industry will suffer, Olujimi warns.
Lekki Port has received 4 commercial vessels so far.
As regards our road users and the accident, over 40,000 people die annually in road crashes, FRSC.
And in politics, 69 senators have signed on for Akpabio and Barrow's Senate presidency, Ndume says.
On the politics part on Punch newspaper this morning, Edo APC, fresh crisis erupts over campaign funds.
And I also have with me here, London courts jail Nigerians 3 years for flogging son.
FG reject bill to halt doctors' migration.
And also we have the moment Governor Sanwo-Olu tasted Hilda Bassi's food.
And to making it a sure wrap on it this time, Abbas lobbies more governors, orders for speaker posts.
For the full details of the news, let's take a short break. I will be right back.
All right. Welcome back. On the Punch newspaper, the Nigeria Police Force Public Relations Officer Olumuyiwa Adejobi has explained that handcuffing any suspect before detention is standard procedure. He said this in response to an inquiry via his Twitter handle on Monday. A tweet on More David had questioned the police for handcuffing Afrobeat singer Shehu Kuti after he submitted himself and walked into the Lagos Police Command saying, "Was the handcuff necessary and why collect his shoes?" MPF Sha says the tweet. The musician was accompanied by his lawyer, Mr. Lumide Fushika San, and another lawyer, Mr. Femi Akinyemi from Falana Chambers, the law firm of popular human rights activist Femi Falana San. For those of you who don't have any idea concerning the arrest of Shehu Kuti, popular Afrobeat singer, son of late Femi Kuti, Fela Kuti, I beg your pardon, he assaulted a police officer in uniform on the 3rd Mainland Bridge. So, deserved his arrest, and the order came from the IGP. It's on the front page of the Punch newspaper this morning.
And from the Sun newspaper this morning, the University of Ibadan, the University of Nigeria, and the University of Lagos and the Ahmadu Bello University have been ranked among the best universities in the world according to the Center for University Education ranking. According to the Sun newspaper, a total of 20,531 universities were ranked, with 2,000 making the global list according to the list published on the website of the global organization on Monday. The University of Ibadan was ranked the first in Nigeria and 1,163rd position in the global 2,000 universities. UNN was ranked second in Nigeria and 1,784th position on the global list. Unilag was ranked third in Nigeria and 1,875th globally, while Ahmadu Bello was ranked 4th nationally and was placed number 1,881 on the global list.
On the next story on the Punch newspaper, the Nigerian Defense Academy on Monday said the list purporting to be the official selection list for the 75 regular course of the academy is fake. The academy's public relations officer, Major Victor Olukoya, said in a statement in Kaduna that the attention of the NDA has been drawn to a fake list that has gone viral on some social media platforms and other microblogging platforms, purporting to be the official selection list for 75 regular course of the Nigerian Defense Academy. We wish to clarify that the list is not only fake but also the work of fraudsters whose aim may be to fleece unsuspecting law-abiding members of the public of their resources. He warned members of the public to stay clear of this fake publication and publishers of this fake list. This is coming on the Punch newspaper on the second view of the story, coming from the NDA, saying there is no production of list, any list found out going on the microblogging websites or platforms. NDA debunks fake selection list. I take it from there on the Punch newspaper. The next story coming from FRSC. It's coming from the news that the Federal Road Safety Corps says that over 40,000 people die annually as a result of road traffic crashes in the country. Corps Marshal FRSC Dauda Abiu said this on Monday in Abuja during activities marking the 7th United Nations Global Road Safety Week. It's coming again. He said that these facts were the unholy statistics of road traffic crashes and injuries, which were a leading cause of death and disability. He also said that 1.3 million people were killed and as many as 50 million people get injured each year globally. According to him, there is no greater threat to people aged 5 to 29 years than road traffic crashes, as 1 in every 4 deaths occurs among pedestrians and cyclists. It's a news on the Punch newspaper that annually we have over 40,000 people die annually in road crashes, FRSC claims.
And from there, I take it to the Lekki Seaport. As commercial operation gather momentum at the Lekki Deep Sea Port, the Lekki Free Port Terminal said 4 commercial vessels have so far bathed and discharged cargoes successfully at the port. Speaking over the weekend to leadership, the Chief Commercial Officer, Kehinde Olubiniyi, disclosed that the port has been receiving import volumes and export of empty containers since commercial operations started. According to him, though the import volume are still low, there are offers of commercial operation picking up fully in few days to come. We have been having volumes of import discharge. We have been having exports of empty containers, and we will still start exporting fully loading export containers. No near future. The volume is low at this point, and it takes a while for these things to materialize.
The next story is coming from the election umpire, which we know as the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, and it's saying the Independent National Electoral Commission and the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission have been listed among other panelists to discuss corruption in Nigeria's 2023 elections. The panel is put together by the Conversation Africa, which has over the last 2 years been hosting science policy dialogues that bring scientists and policymakers together to discuss issues. According to a statement made available to newsmen, other panelists include Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Center, Amzad Lawal of Code for Africa, Dr. Damilola Agbalajobi, and Professor Emmanuel Ayede. The panel is expected to address questions on the role of corruption in the just concluded general election and also note the gains and challenges recorded. Women's participation in the election will also be addressed as the panel hopes to highlight lessons learned for the future. President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu won the February 25th presidential election in Nigeria as announced by the Independent National Electoral Commission. The former governor of Lagos State defeated Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party and Peter Obi of the Labour Party. The headline once again said INEC, EFCC orders to stop poll fraud in Nigeria.
And also for the political angle, Borno State Senators Ali Ndome has said that the All Progressive Congress has secured the support of 69 out of 109 senators elect for Senate President aspirant Godswin Akpabio and Deputy Senate President aspirant Barau Jubri. The Borno lawmaker said the 69 senators elect are members of the Stability Group and have already appended their signature for their aspiration. Ndume, who led the Akpabio campaign team to Lagos for a meeting with Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, said the former Akwa Ibom governor will win with a clear majority.
And the next story on the Punch newspaper this morning, the United States of America has accused Nigeria of severe violations of religious freedom. This was contained in the annual report of the U.S. Commission on International Religious Freedom, published in April 2023 and obtained by correspondence on Monday. The Commission stated that criminal activity and violent armed group incidents impacting religious freedom worsened. The Commission cited instances such as a Sharia court sentencing Sheikh Kabara to death for blasphemy. Judicial authorities sentenced humanist leader Mubarak Bala to 24 years in prison for blasphemy and other charges, among others. According to America in 2022, religious freedom conditions in Nigeria remain poor, with both state and non-state actors committing particularly severe violations of religious freedom. While some officials work to address drivers of religious freedom violations, others actively infringed on the religious freedom rights of Nigerians, including by enforcing blasphemy laws, criminal activity, and violent armed group incidents impacting religious freedom worsen. It's coming from the headline stories from the Punch newspaper. U.S. accuses Nigeria of religious freedom violations.
And from the foreign scene, an appeal court in London, the United Kingdom, has sentenced a Nigerian man to 3 years in jail for physically abusing his 9-year-old son. The offender, 66, initially got away with 22 months imprisonment at the end of his trial at the Crown Court in Woolwich, South East London, which the government disagreed with. Following the government's appeal against the trial court's sentence, the Criminal Division of the Court's Appeal of England and Wales in London raised the punishment to 3 years jail term. The sentence of 22 months imprisonment will be quashed and replaced by a sentence of 3 years imprisonment. The Court of Appeal ordered in a judgment delivered on the 22nd December 2022. The trial Crown Court in Woolwich has sentenced the offender to a suspended sentence order comprising a custodian terms of 22, suspended for 12 months with a 2-month electronic curfew between 7 p.m. and 7 a.m.
The next story is coming from US announces visa ban on Nigerian poll riggers, others. The story is, the United States of America said it has taken steps to impose visa restrictions on Nigerians involved in undermining the democratic process during the 2023 general elections. This was made known in a statement by the Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, on Monday, published on the website of the U.S. government. America had on January 25th announced that it had imposed visa ban on individuals who disrupted recent elections in Nigeria. In a statement, the U.S. State Department quoted Blinken as announcing the ban on the unnamed individuals. The Secretary of State stated that the visa ban was for certain individuals and not for Nigerians as a whole. The headline, U.S. announces visa ban on Nigerian poll riggers, others.
Nigerian chef and entrepreneur Ida Bassi has hit her initial 96-hour target but is now going on to neck a record time of 100 hours. News premises report. This came at the busiest of supporters cheering her on for the unprecedented feat at the Armory Garden Lekki venue of the Cook Turn. Hilda was initially scheduled to stop at 4 p.m. Nigerian time, culminating into her former 96-hour target. She had continued to receive a wave of support on social media and dignitaries including President Muhammadu Buhari, President-elect Bola Tinubu, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, and Senate President Ofu Godwin Akpabio among those who have thrown their weight behind the Akwa Ibom chef.
Alright, to the next story is coming with the headline, and runner suspected terrorist blows up self to foil arrest. A suspected terrorist on Monday blew up himself with an improvised explosive device, following an attempt by security operatives to arrest him in Kaduna. The incident took place around the KK community Millennium City in the Chukun local government area of the state in the early hours of Monday. The mutilated body was reportedly evacuated from the scene of the incident by security operatives alongside with the suspect's wife and children. A source told one of the correspondents that the suspect had been on the watch list of security operatives and had been hiding in the Millennium City neighborhood. It was gathered that the police, soldiers as well as operatives of the Department of State Services surrounded the apartment where the suspect hid and engaged the operatives in a gun battle before eventually taking his life. According to the source, an AK-47 rifle and 2 live IED were recovered from the apartment and later detonated by the anti-bomb squad of the police in the state. There was no official confirmation of the incident either from the state or the state police command. The rider is suspected terrorist blows up self to fall arrests.
And on another sad story, we have this coming from Abuja. A woman identified as Zainab Ibrahim has died while separating a fight that broke out between her 2 sons, Inisa and Usman, at the Kingdom 2 area of Asokoro in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. The incident happened on Saturday, May 13th. It was gathered that Unisa mistakenly macheted his mother on her left hand during the fight. The cause of the fight could not be ascertained, but an eyewitness said that the brothers, who are of the same parent, were engaging in a serious fight. Their mother came in and tried to separate them. Unisa, however, left and went to bring a machete with which he intended to use on his brother. In the process, he mistakenly cut his mother on her left hand. She was taken to the private hospital where she died. Confirming the incident, the spokesman of the FCT Police Command, SP Josephine Ade, said Unisa is at large, adding that the investigation is ongoing on the matter. Ade said, "We received a distress call and rushed to the scene. The mother was taken to the hospital where she was confirmed dead. Usman is in custody, while Unisa is at large. An investigation is, however, ongoing on the matter."
In continuation with the Punch newspaper this morning, and the next one is with the rider, "Stop forced marriage in North, Khan urges Tinubu." The Christian Association of Nigeria on Monday set agenda which must be addressed by the president-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu in national interest. Khan said Tinubu should stop illegal marriages and forceful conversion to another religion in the North against the wishes of converts. According to Khan, Tinubu must be assertive in tackling ethnic and religious biases, adding that Nigerians should be able to gain access to economic and socio-political benefit in any part of the country where they choose to reside. The president of Khan, Archbishop Daniel Oko, stated this during the Church and Mission Leaders Summit organized by the Gideon and Funmi Paramalan Peace Foundation in Abuja with the theme Peace Building and Christian Mission. At the summit, which was attended by various religious leaders, participants discussed ways to collaborate with the government and other stakeholders towards achieving a lasting peace in Nigeria. The rider once again, "Stop forced marriage in North, Khan urges Tinubu."
And towards the 29th presidential inauguration, the Inspector General of Police, Usman Akali Baba, has said that the May 29th inauguration day remains sacrosanct, while giving out a warning to politicians and political parties. On Monday, May 15, the police chief said they have been working closely with the national intelligence community to stop any incident that will affect the country's security interests. He said, following the successful conclusion of the 2023 general election, it has been observed that some major political actors that the outcome did not favor have been issuing public threats that are directed at instigating action to frustrate the presidential inauguration ceremony on the 29th May 2023. The Nigerian police and the national intelligence community have been closely monitoring the activities of those political elites as well as other elements who have formed themselves into unpatriotic brand whose only fantasy in recent time is to subvert our national interest. In so doing, they seem to be bent on deploying extrajudicial and undemocratic means to truncate our democratic heritage in advancement of their narrow personal political consideration.
The studio time is 8:57 a.m. and let me take the last one from the Punch newspaper. Civil society organizations have kicked against the alleged report that the governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, is planning to go on a 10-month study leave. The governor of Zamfara State, Bello Matawalle, in a statement on Monday, urged the President, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired, to not approve any study leave or whatever kind of leave for any officer critical to the take-off of the incoming administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. One of such persons that has been speculated in the media to have sought a study leave is Central Bank of Nigeria Governor Godwin Emefiele. If the leave has been approved, as reported in the media, the President should cancel it in the interest of peaceful transfer of power, accountability, and good governance. The CBN Governor Emefiele superintended over the management of the country's financial and monetary system. He is the one who initiated and implemented the recent disastrous Naira swap policy, the Naira confiscation program, which put Nigerians through untold woes and trauma and set our economy forward. Two of my brother governors and I took the federal government to court over this ill-advised policy and fought resolutely until we got a respite for our people from Emefiele and company. This same Emefiele now wants to proceed on study leave when he has some 10 months left of his tenure, apparently in the bid to evade rendering account. This is unacceptable. President Buhari should not countenance this. Emefiele must stay at his job to give full actions of all that transpired under his word to the incoming administration. He must answer all the questions the new regime may have for him, particularly when he still has some months left of his tenure. The writer on the Punch: don't grant Emefiele study leave. Matawalle, others tell Buhari.
And here we wrap up the news headline for this morning, and we hope you've enjoyed the program. So you can join us by clicking on all our social media handles. Let me hand over to Moriri Rabila for more updates on that.
As regards that, me not mentioning my name from the beginning of the program, he just did, but I can categorically say it myself. My name is Moriri Rabila Lawal, and the channel you're watching is BGI TV Current, especially the Yoruba version of Babak Bagede Ibon TV. As regards this is where we'll be taking it down, and hopefully tomorrow, if you enjoyed the ride today, let's meet up same time tomorrow, 7 a.m. till 8 a.m. Apologies, we're starting today from few minutes to 8 and ending it just in the wrap at 9 a.m. Enjoy more. For more updates for our programs on the channel is BGI TV Correct. You kindly subscribe, click on the notification bell, select option all to access all of our broadcasts. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. For advert placement of your goods and services, coverage of events and functions, all we do concerning broadcast and bringing it on live streaming. The phone number streaming on your screen is the phone number to call directly. Once again, have a wonderful time. I am Moriri Rabila Lawal.
And I am Ike Olalekon. You do have a splendid day.